Ravens get ready to match up with the New Orleans Saints. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. And right away, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Rolling to his left. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open? And when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now. And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Winston. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Jameis to throw it. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at about the 32. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Now Winston. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
Now Winston on 4th down. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. With that run, double check my math. Yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Play fake. Winston. Out to... And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Off the play fake, Winston. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. He's got his man, it's Andrews. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They go play action with Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
A gain of 6 there on first. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston, he throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. From the shotgun, it's Winston. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. To throw is Winston. That is caught at the 7. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Winston now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Again, it's Winston. Flushed out right. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Both teams going back through their game plans, making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the second half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Here's a give to Dobbins running right. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Play action. Now Jackson. He's going deep for Brown.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Marcus Williams.
And the Saints are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They run it again with Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 42. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
4th down, here's Jackson. Toward the pylon, caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. From the 29, Winston.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Jameis now on 1st down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch.
And the Ravens are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
8 yards to go on second down. Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now Jackson on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Play action now, Winston. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Back now in Baltimore. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On first down, Dobbins. Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Yeah, every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And they'll get this down to the 10.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. He'll get that out wide to Duvernay. A gain of 6 there on first. 2nd and 4. Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay.
His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year.
And the Ravens could be on their way to a 5-2 start as they add on to their lead.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. From the 29, Winston. And incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Saints on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. A first down throw for Winston.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And some room to roam now. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Winston now to throw on first down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Play action. It's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. He'll buy some time right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one. And oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson from the shotgun.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. being chased out left.
He'll dump this off, complete to Dobbins.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action now. Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And this is caught. It's Brown. And finally down it goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And Jackson throwing once more.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now Jackson. Escaping the pressure, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Meanwhile, Winston's throw here caught by Mims.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time is run out of this ball game. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Ravens, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10.